Hey everybody, so what I'm about to say today is something really important and something that nobody talks about. So long after this COVID damage is done, the next health thing that we're all going to be talking about is the damage done to us because of the use of screens. And it's not only the damage in your eyesight or your vision, it's actually damaging your brain. So stay tuned in because what I'm about to say is very different from anything else that you've probably heard before. So the one thing that I want you to know is that your eyes have an optic nerve which is directly linked to the hypothalamus. Now the hypothalamus is this one less understood region of the brain which is responsible for the release of neurotransmitters, a lot of mood regulation, hormone regulation in your body. And it directly takes cues from your eyes because the optic nerve is connected. So for example, when it's dark, your optic nerve sends a signal to the hypothalamus that it's dark. So it has to release a hormone called melatonin so you can go to sleep. Similarly, every time you're engaging in something, you're looking at something, there is excess light, excess heat, your hypothalamus gets a signal. And now while this is not really well understood in the West, Ayurveda has some great indications, some great sense of what might happen. For example, it says directly that when your eyes are exposed to excess heat, it can lead to something called majjadushti, which is really destruction of your bone marrow and nervous tissue. So that being said, right, there are two things which I'm really concerned about. One is the excess heat and the radiation that we're exposed to and what that does to our optic nerve, to our eyes and our hypothalamus. But secondly, right, the other thing that I'm really not happy about is the fact is that when you're looking at a screen or you're looking at even a book, right, your focus is basically convergent, which means that your eyeballs are kind of going, your vision is kind of going this way and creating an image for you in the brain. So when it's going this way, it's called convergent focus. And this convergent focus is useful in the worldly sense, right? It's useful to focus on things, especially in the physical realm. In the spiritual realm, what you really need is divergent focus. It means that your eyes kind of can have a wider view. And not only is that important in the spiritual sense, it's also important really for us to have that wider view. Now with constant screen time, right, and even how our whole culture is designed behind academics, behind this ultra focus, constantly looking this way is really creating a lot of damage to your subconscious mind, to your hypothalamus. So the two things that you can do to kind of minimize this is firstly wear blue light glasses. So at least the level of radiation, the level of the blue light you intake through your eyes is not so much. The second thing that you want to do is spend some time off the screen, but not just reading a book, not looking down at your phone. Spend some time looking at things in a broad sense. Like I'm making more of an effort, like when I walk on the road, to kind of notice everything around me, to have my view as wide angled as possible. These are the two things that you should do and make a conscious effort about. I'm wearing my blue light glasses just to show you that they're not as, to me, I don't think they're as hideous as you think they might be. The other things, right, now these are the primary tips with these, but the secondary tips are give your eyes some time in darkness, wear an eye mask for some time, use rose water. Any Indian grocery store around the world or a Pakistani grocery store usually has good quality rose water. Make sure it's pure and there's nothing else in it but rose water, and use a drop or two of that rose water in your eyes. You can also use ghee in your eyes. You can also use kailash even in your eyes. But basically constantly making sure that excess heat in the eyes is balanced by something cooling. Ayurveda also states that to really have a good environment in your eyes, you need a combination of moisture and heat. Excess heat will dull down the moisture. Excess moisture will make it sluggish. So I don't think we have a problem with excess moisture in our generation because we're always having dry eyes, hot eyes. So I think this was really important. Remember to have a wide angle view as much as you can throughout the day and to keep your eyes cool. So that was it for today, and I think this was really important and I hope it was helpful.